You guys, this is part 2 to X-Men versus the Avengers, on which debate who's the better team. And remember, if you like these videos and want me to do more, like, subscribe, and comment. I love to have a debate with you guys in the comments, or if you guys agree with me or disagree, let me know.
He's getting away.
Ibombe! 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 You see the teeth on those things?
And get him behind us. There's nothing between them and vision.
And we better keep him in front of us.
Wakanda forever!
Bring me Thanos! Don't let him close his fist.
Somebody get to vision!
I got him!
On my way.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you don't. Come on!
That's really gross.
See ya!
Now, to give a fair and balanced decision, it is important to know both of these teams are excellent. They're amazing. I can't really say that either one is necessarily weaker than the other because they both have some god tier, omega, alpha level heroes, and they face some really tough villains, as you can see in the video. It was the X-Men versus Apocalypse. He's not easy to beat. The Avengers versus Thanos. He was not easy to beat, especially with the Infinity Stone Gauntlet. Like I said, both teams at their peak are amazing. And before I dive into a direct conversation, I do want to go over a little bit more of some of the accomplishments that each team did. As I mentioned, this battle could really go either way, and I love both teams. But at their peak, I'm gonna have to lean towards the X-Men. But like I said, this could go either way. Primary people who we want to watch out for is Jean Grey, especially when she has the Phoenix, and the Scarlet Witch at peak when she's mentally stable. It's very hard to defeat those two. They have no limit. But other important people would be Magneto and Professor X, along with people like Thor and also Iron Man with prep time. And you even have great warriors like T'Challa, aka Black Panther, and Storm. These are no slouches. These are very powerful people who are not easy to beat. But I am gonna give the X-Men a slight edge just because the Avengers don't have a lot of defense for what the X-Men can bring to the table. So, prime example, the Avengers have a limited defense against high tier telepathy unless they specifically prep for that. So, if they knew the confrontation was coming, I have no doubt that the Avengers would have something up their sleeve that they could use, magic or another telepath or even technology capable of, blocking that. The X-Men are known for having excellent telepaths such as Jean Grey, even working with people like Emma Frost and their leader, Charles Xavier, along with many of their other allies who have, similar abilities. The Avengers don't really have a defense for, their telepathy or mind control unless they specifically prepare for that. So this was a direct confrontation that they had prep time. I'm sure the Avengers could, but more than likely the event wouldn't be a stage set up event. It would be, a random attack that would just happen. Like an opening move that the X-Men could do would be Professor X or Jean Grey would do either a mental shutdown with their mind shutdown ability, illusions, or even reality rewrite. The Avengers have limited defense, and they will need a high tier tele or magic for if they even were to specifically prep for that, which I doubt they would. Now, reality warpers are a big part of each one. Scarlet Witch and Phoenix Jean Grey, they would tie up. I'm gonna do a separate video on the Phoenix Jean Grey versus the Scarlet Witch, both at their peak. But the X-Men really have more than one high tier psychic and reality warper on their side. Wow, it's mainly the Scarlet Witch carrying the team when it comes to the magical aspect and reality warping ability. And another point I want to bring up, if the X-Men have Magneto, this is a hard counter to Iron Man, whose most of his technology base for Avengers is metallic based and can be dismantled amid a fight. He again would need prep time to bring something that would be a counter to magnetism. But again, like I said, that prep time is important. If the Avengers have prep time, they definitely can win. But more than likely it wouldn't in this scenario. And they both have strong people on their side. So like the Hulk and Thor can outlast most enemies physically, but they're both vulnerable to telepathic shutdown and environmental manipulation with Storm and even Rogue. If Rogue touches anyone in the Avengers team, it's over with. So what makes the X-Men have the edge is they have, superior mental powers with psychics, multiple Omega level mutants, strong telepathy, and reality warping and magical capabilities. Yeah, so the X-Men get a slight edge, and like I said, again, this battle could go either way. What really would need to happen for the Avengers, like I said, this is both teams at their peak with, top tier people. If you want to do like a different version of them, I can do that. Let me know in the comments if you prefer maybe like a specific version of the X-Men or Avengers, and so we can discuss that further, especially with specific time periods when specific people are on the teams. But at both of their peak, it would definitely be the X-Men that would out-edge them. But like I said, this is a tough battle. Neither side would easily lose, and neither side would easily win either.